procession turns violent in Karnataka. Aurangzeb's sword flashed. Tipu's posters put up. Clashes erupt between two groups. Stones pelted, cops targeted. BJP and Congress lock horns over communal clash. Who's stirring communal cauldron? That is our top focus at 6 p.m. prime.
Good evening. You're tuned into 6 p.m. prime here on India Today. I'm Akshita, Nandagopal, and this evening we'll be getting you all the latest updates coming in from Shivamogga in Karnataka when a religious procession turned violent. A story not new to the district of Shivamogga, and yet questions must be asked on what triggered, who started the violence and the clashes. We'll be getting you the latest on that. A look at the headlines first as always. Prime Minister Modi tears into Gehlot government, invokes Kanhaiyalal's murder in Udaipur, calls it an unforgivable sin, rakes up Bhilwara gang rape, claims betis are unsafe in Rajasthan.
खिलाने के बहाने लोग आते हैं और बिना डर बिना खौफ के टेलर का गला काट देते हैं.
Funds for Bengal showdown escalates. High drama at TMC protest in Delhi. Abhishek Banerjee not allowed to hold presser. Alleges conspiracy to stop protest. Nitish Kumar government releases Bihar caste survey. Triggers political storm while Nitish hails it as a historic moment. BJP says it's nothing but an eyewash. Chandrababu Naidu's arrest showdown escalates ahead of Supreme Court hearing. Naidu's son Nara Lokesh and his wife lead hunger strike in Delhi. Jagan's sister Y.S. Sharmila all set to join Congress in a couple of days. Sources say Sharmila offered the Khammam Lok Sabha ticket and Congress General Secretary post. And close shave for Delhi as a big terror module has been busted in the capital. 3 terrorists who planned attacks in North India nabbed, chemicals for IED recovered. Absolutely shocking images that have come to the fore from Karnataka Shivamogga, which witnessed tense moments last evening as a religious procession was taken out on the streets of Shivamogga. There were clashes, stone pelting that was reported subsequently after. Let's get you some of those images first. Huge posters celebrating controversial figures like Tipu Sultan and Aurangzeb were put up by participants of Sunday's Eid procession. Another poster showing a distorted map of India on which Mughal Empire was written was also put up in the rally. Some of the youngsters who took part in the rally were also seen carrying machetes and other weapons during the Eid procession yesterday. Videos of them dancing, brandishing these weapons are now going viral on social media. Fanatics who also took part in the rally were seen holding what seemed to be a sword procession in Shivamogga. Calling the act a result of Congress's appeasement politics, BJP questioned why permission was even given. Even cops weren't spared. That's how emboldened this mob got. In these images, you can see stones being pelted at the police. Many of them were also injured. Security forces are on their toes ever since these clashes erupted in Shivamogga. The administration has imposed prohibitory orders. Over 50 people have also been arrested. It's unfortunately not the first time we've seen these kind of communal clashes breaking out in Karnataka, particularly in Shivamogga district. This time, it happened during the Eid-e-Milad procession on Sunday. 15 people have been injured in the violent clashes. Over 50 people have been taken into custody. But it's come right down to the same question every single time. about what kind of action has been taken, what triggered this violence, and of course whether the administration took enough preventive measures.
Karnataka's Shivamogga on the boil as communal tensions flared up during an Eid-Milad procession on Sunday. A few miscreants pelted stones at Hindu homes amidst rumours of stone pelting at the procession, triggering communal clashes. Protesters attempted to breach police barricades and pelted stones at the police. The police then had to resort to lathi charge to disperse the crowd and impose Section 144, which prohibits unlawful assembly.
Ragiguddalli Eid-e-Milad procession iruvaga yaro dushkarmigalu kallu ತೋರಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಅಲಿಗೇಷನ್ ಬಂತು. ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಕಿರ್ಮಿಷಸ್ ಆಯಿತು. ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋದೆ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ. ಸ್ಪಾಟಿಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಕೆಲವರು ಕನ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಆದರು, ಕೆಲವರು ಕನ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಹುಡುಗರ ಗುಂಪು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಾಂಧಲೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತಂದು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ದಾಂಧಲೆ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಯಿತು. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ 144 ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಗಿಗುಡ್ಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾರಿ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ.
More than 10 people sustained injuries while over 50 were taken into police custody. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah claimed the situation is now under control while condemning the violence.
ಯಾವುದೇ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆಯವರು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಧಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ಲಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಕಾನೂನು ಬಾಹಿರವಾದಂಥ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆ. ಇಂಥ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಸಹಿಸಲ್ಲ, ಹತ್ತಿಕ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಈಗ ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣದಲ್ಲಿದೆ.
Home Minister G. Parmeshwara said trouble was expected.
ಹೌದಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮರ್ಥರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವರು, ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ರೊಸೆಷನ್ ಹೋದಂತ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಆಗ್ಬಹುದು.
The BJP has slammed the Congress government for allowing swords in the procession in the district celebrating Muslim rulers Aurangzeb and Tipu Sultan while putting restrictions on Ganesh processions.
Right from day one, this government is supporting all the forces who are into number 2 businesses and lot of clubs and illegal alcohol sale. Appeasement politics of Congress government has led to all these communal violences.
Communal clashes have returned to this sensitive district of Shivamogga, which was once the epicenter of the Savarkar versus Tipu showdown in the run-up to the Karnataka Assembly elections. Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's bring in Sagai Raj for more details on this story. Sagai, what's the current situation in Shivamogga?
144 section has been imposed in Shivamogga, and so far everything is peaceful, everything is under control, unlike yesterday. And what we get to learn through our police sources is that more than 43 people have been apprehended by the police with video as well as circumstantial evidence during the violence, and police are interrogating further whether there is any kind of outsiders who have involved in this particular violence. In fact, the BJP has accused that there were a lot of people who came from a vehicle which was registered from a different district or a different jurisdiction, reached out Shivamogga yesterday, and it was a deliberate attempt by few people to ensure that there is some kind of right during the time of Eid-e-Milad procession. And there are two allegations. One is that Hindus alleging that Muslims have pelted stones. On the other side, Muslims are alleging that the Hindus pelted stone when they took out of procession. So all are subject to inquiry now, and the police is conducting the interrogation as we speak now.
Look, who started it, who triggered the riots, that's something that's a matter of investigation, which we won't speculate on right now, because we understand that things are still tense. We don't want to vitiate the atmosphere further. Thanks very much, Sagai, for getting us all of those details, the factual accounts that have come forth so far. Let me open this up now. Joining us on this broadcast is Bhaskar Rao, spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP, who has also served as the Commissioner of Bangalore Police and knows a thing or two about law and order. Aishwarya Mahadev, Congress spokesperson, is also with us. Namaskara. Good evening to both of you. Aishwarya, if I can begin with you. Will the Congress government here admit that there was a clear security failure in recognizing the threat at hand, in ensuring adequate security deployment as well in this kind of a massive procession happening in a sensitive district like Shivamoga?
Good evening, Akshita. I think first and foremost, the Congress government and the district administration there had taken all precautions necessary because of the fact that they were able to bring the situation under control. The Congress government has unequivocally stated that any sort of skirmishes based on religious or dharmic lines is something that the Congress government condemns with the strongest words and action, and the police have brought the situation under control. There are more than 40 people who have been apprehended, and all sorts of reports, or whether it was weapons, whether it was inflammatory statements or whether posters, all of it is being looked into by not only the police but also the district administration. And I think the government has done everything to ease the situation, because just in less than a day you see that the situation is back to normal. Police have tried their best also, and you have to applaud them for their quick action in this case to prevent something that could have become even bigger, because if you know this, that Shimoga is a district that has always been very volatile, and also with symptomatic of the larger problem of the communal tensions used for vote bank politics that you've seen there for decades at hand, Akshita. And I think that the government has had a decisive action in this and has taken what necessary steps had to be taken.
No, but Aishwarya, this was a reaction. Shouldn't steps have been taken to prevent this in the first place? You haven't answered my question on whether enough was done to ensure something like this could have been avoided.
So the argument from what you're trying to tell me is, should I have said we will not allow these people to have a procession at all?
Shouldn't there have been a crackdown when they were holding weapons?
So basically, that is when the action also began, when you realize that a procession. So first of all, it is not a district administration, it's the taluk administration that has given power here, or rather to have given permission in this case. The MLA there, Mr. Chanbasappa, has taken over from Mr. Ishwarappa after decades of rule, and you know which dispensation he's from. So the police also would have thought necessarily that it is a procession that is going to go on peacefully. The minute it did not, the fact that the police were mobilized quick enough knows that the police were also aware and alert. So to say that if you want to ban any sort of expression of religion also is wrong, but when the expression of religion became necessarily problematic, that is when the police took the decisive action that they were supposed to. We will allow you to express your religion, but the minute it becomes problematic or vitiates an environment of any sort of communal tension, it is when the police will step in, and I think that they've done an adequate job in this case.
Let me bring in Mr. Bhaskar Rao. Mr. Bhaskar Rao, you've heard what Aishwarya Mahadev has said. She's saying essentially that the government did enough, particularly after, the clashes, violence broke out, after there were signs that, this was going to escalate, they immediately cracked the whip.
No, madam has got a lack of knowledge about the way law and order machinery functions over there. This is a clear case in which the Congress has led the Muslims to the brink of disaster. All along, with great difficulty, peace was maintained in Shimoga. If provocative posters are encouraged by the ruling establishment by the Muslims over there, and then a problem takes place, police acts, and then Congress says we have taken all action and police have done a wonderful job. Police should be allowed to do its job to maintain law and order. Congress has unnecessarily provoked a section of the Muslims to put very provocative posters. You can see the posters where there is a huge picture of the country and the name of Aurangzeb is written, saying that this is going to be India. You see, are such kind of things warranted? So police have swiftly tried to remove it, but by the time it could be removed over there, already this has been circulating all over there. And then allowing brandishing of swords to be going around over there. When this was taking place itself, proper action should have been taken.
No, so Congress, Aishwarya Mahadev is saying the proper action was taken, sir.
Employed to say that all action has been taken. And the poor Home Minister says that these are all new things, these are nothing new. This shows the insensitivity.
No, so we've got the Congress saying very clearly about the mention of steps being taken. They're saying that yes, we cracked the whip immediately. But let's talk about those posters also, Aishwarya. Last evening, before the rally began, before the procession began, there were posters put up of a distorted map of India. There were these massive cutouts of Tipu Sultan, Aurangzeb, as you see there, of the sword with Mughal Empire written on it. Is any of that okay? Why was it immediately cracked down upon?
You know, Akshita, completely. I believe that anything or any sort of poster that threatens the integrity of what is India or actually goes against or creates an inflammatory situation is necessarily wrong. Yes, one. Second is the Taluk administration here, along with the local MLA, along with the town panchayat, should have been far more vigilant in terms of permission for the posters to also be given. And I asked Mr. Bhaskar Rao, I may have very, very menial sort of knowledge about the police, sir, because I don't have a career as prolific as yours, and so much so that you have to contest from the BJP. But Akshita, you should ask them, who is the MLA there? It's a BJP MLA. Who is the town council there? It's a BJP-run town council. The Tahsildar also answers to whom? Who is the administration there? As much as there is a Congress government at the center in Bangalore and in the Vidhan Sabha in Karnataka, the local administration there, the MLA of Shivamogga is from the BJP. The MP of Shivamogga happens to be the former Chief Minister's son, Mr. Yediyurappa's son itself, and the Tahsildar and the Taluk administration, at least I would believe, would listen to the local MLA, because the local MLA has also come out and said, we have tried to take action. Tell me, is it not a failure also on the BJP's part? It is very easy to blame, sir, because when you lack an opposition party leader and lack a cohesive stand, communalism becomes the only thing. But in this, when you had a sense of responsibility to have stopped this, and instead of having the Home Ministry come in and step in, when you could have also prevented it and you did not.
Let's show Mr. Bhaskar. Yeah, let's get Mr. Bhaskar Rao to respond to that. Mr. Bhaskar Rao.
Madam, the government belongs to Congress. They have let the Muslims go berserk and saying, do whatever you want. When problem has taken place, unfortunately, you'll see innocent poor Muslims have been arrested and put behind bars. And Home Minister says that this is nothing new. The Madhu Bangarappa, Education Minister, talks on behalf of the law and order machinery. The state of Karnataka is confused as to who.
No, but can I ask you something, Mr. Bhaskar Rao? Can I ask you something? You're saying that, the Home Minister is saying this is nothing new. It's true, sir. Shivamogga has seen a lot of clashes. It saw it even when the BJP was in power in Karnataka.
What prevented you from taking preventive action over there? What prevented you? Why did you encourage the Muslims to go on the brink over there? Your duty was to protect the citizens. Government duty is to protect, not take post facto action saying that we did a fantastic job. Police will do its job irrespective of the government. You have to allow the police to do its job. That's all.
No, but why are you saying the police wasn't allowed to do their job? They are the ones who finally cracked down.
Not allowed them to perform their job and allowed people to put provocative posters. What do you think people are going to see? Watch the posters and applaud or what over there? They are going to get agitated over there. Why was such provocative posters put over there? And finally, police had to remove it. But by the time it could be removed, all hell has broken loose. And finally, you have ended up arresting people from the minority community and got criminal cases booked against them. What is it that you have achieved? You have only sacrificed the interest of Muslims over there.
Okay, Aishwarya Mahadev, respond.
So precisely, Akshita, sir has not answered the question that I've also asked him. Who gave them permission to put the posters up there? When I've told you, like, the local MLA, the local council, the Taluk administration and the MP there happen to be from the BJP, irrespective of what the government is in the center. Why is it that at the local level that you did not take enough action? Are you trying to tell me that the complete Taluk administration, the MLA has no power?
No, but are you also telling me then that the state government has no power?
No, what I'm trying to say is, as much as the BJP believes that all power emanates from one place, there is basically disinvestment of the power to the extent that the Taluk administration, the town councils, the local bodies also have power, especially in regulation of posters, regulation of who gives permission for processions. One second, I did not interrupt.
I'll come back to you, Mr. Bhaskar Rao. Yeah.
Akshita, it is very problematic when an act of violence is taken out for somebody as responsible as Mr. Rao to come out here and suddenly start not only vilifying but also turning out and putting an entire community on the victim vilify sort of plank. While the simple answer is this: an act of violence took place. Is it condemned? Yes.
Okay.
Was action taken? Yes. Third, is Shivamogga in a better situation today than it was yesterday? Absolutely yes. This is not like...
I'm running out of time, so I'm going to allow Mr. Bhaskar Rao quickly to make that intervention so I can give Aishwarya a chance to respond. Mr. Bhaskar Rao, your question to Aishwarya.
Yeah. Madam, first of all, knowing very well that place is communally sensitive, lot of prior action should have been taken. The government of the day has failed to take.
So Congress is saying that the local administration had a role to play. What's your response to that, sir?
Who is the local administration? Congress is the local administration. There could be a BJP MLA, there could be a BJP MP, but who runs the government over there? If BJP is not running the government over there, Congress is running the government over there.
Okay. So you're saying the state government is to blame. I've run out of time, but Aishwarya Mahadev, Mr. Bhaskar Rao, thank you for joining us. What we're seeing... Yes, sir.
Please see, it is the poor Muslims who have been arrested. They are the ones who are injured, and they are the ones who...
No, we'll wait for the investigation. We'll wait for the investigation to go forward there. We'll wait for the investigation, sir. We're not going to jump the gun on who is innocent and who's not. Here's a news break coming in of a shocking attempt to derail a Vande Bharat train, which was fortunately averted. Rocks and rods were actually placed on the tracks to ensure that the train was in fact derailed. The train driver, extremely alert and an absolute hero, applied the brakes in time after he saw that there were some rocks blocking the path on the track. This incident happened on the Udaipur-Jaipur Vande Bharat. The train was headed towards Jaipur when this incident was reported. A shocking conspiracy that's been uncovered. We're yet to get details of who the miscreants were, but those were the images on your screens of how rocks were placed on the tracks. Extremely dangerous this, because had the train driver not seen it, we'd have been reporting right now of another tragic derailment, which would have cost God alone knows how many lives on board of all of those people on that Vande Bharat. So this particular derailment averted courtesy the driver, but there will be larger questions to ask here about who are these people who are trying to ensure maximum derailments, who are targeting train passengers. No one arrested yet. That's all we have time for in this edition of 6 p.m. Prime. Thanks for tuning in.